Hello and good evening. Welcome to the Blockchain Mastery Podcast. My name is Titi, Oyinsan, and it's always a pleasure having you here with us. Now, we've been talking about blockchain for quite a bit, and every time we go live, we learn something brand new. You never know what you're about to learn whenever we go live. So I would suggest you stay tuned. I would suggest you press the subscribe button, press the notification bell, click on it so you do not miss a thing. So today we're talking about career building in the blockchain space. Now, key technical and soft skills are important and they are required for you to succeed in blockchain related roles. A lot of people are always wondering what sort of career path they can take and what sort of skills they need to succeed with this brand new technology. Well, I keep calling it brand new. It isn't as new anymore as it seems, and people are excelling in this field. Now, as blockchain technology continues to evolve, continues to integrate into various industries, the demand for skilled professionals in this field is rapidly increasing. However, excelling in a blockchain related role requires more than just a technical know how, it also necessitates a diverse set of skills, ranging from specialized technical expertise, crucial soft skills that facilitate effective collaboration, and, of course, problem solving. Joining us today to provide some valuable insights on this topic is Idris Olubisi. Now, he is an accomplished software engineer, he's a technical writer, and he has expertise in open source blockchain, software products, serverless technologies, and so much more. As a developer advocate at Axelar, Idris combines his extensive industry knowledge with a passion for inspiring and empowering fellow developers. He has a proven track record, in fact, of contributing to reputable publications like the Freecodecamp, Section Engineering, Logrocket, Media Jams, even AppSmith, ImageKit, Aviyel, Hashnode. It's amazing what he's been up to of recent. He founded Web3 Afrika, a developer community dedicated to onboarding, supporting, and educating Web3 builders. Okay, so before his head swells a bit too much, let's bring him on. Idris, it's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate that wonderful intro. And I'm really excited to be here at the same time.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Idris. In fact, your CV is long. I had to be breaking it down. I think you have the insights that we are looking for. There's so many people in the space that want to build their career and they just don't know where to start. But before we start, advising and or giving them insights, let's hear about how your journey into uh, this industry began. Talk to us.
Yes. So my name is Idris once again. And then my journey into the space have been um before Web3, I've been doing building software products. I'm a software engineer. I've been working as a backend engineer all my life. And then transitioning from front end to back end, and then from back end to being a developer advocate as in the developer relations space in Web3. During this process, I found out, at the time, NFT started trending and the world Web3. I was really, curious to know what exactly is going on behind the scene and also how I can leverage what the system looks like. Mind you, I wanted to be sure I understand what powers NFT, and then that's how I found blockchain itself. Then I realized that as a developer, I can transition from my existing skill sets into the Web3 space as a developer. All I just need to do is to pick up like a few other skill sets, maybe some other programming languages, and then also soft skills that are required for me to become a developer advocate. And at the time, I was just focused on my backend engineering in Web2 space. But one thing I knew very well was, how to write. And then during the process of learning, I started documenting my journey. Even before transitioning, I was already earning as a technical writer in the Web3 space. So because I was documenting, I was trying to put myself out there. I was building in public, doing a lot of things while I work as a full-time backend engineer. But I needed during this period, I realized why not just double down on content creation and then
Okay.
still being technical, trying to simplify all of these complex jargons into like simpler terms for builders to understand. And that's where I started thinking about what is that field in the Web3 space that can allow me to code and at the same time contribute to the community, like give back to the community. And the only thing that fits in at the time was DevRel, that's developer relations, and then
Mm.
within the dev realm, developer advocacy that allow you to code, stay connected with the community, continue building the community, and also give talks, workshops, and stuff like that. So that's how I was able to transition and then decided to stick with developer advocacy and not blockchain, like a full-time blockchain smart contract developer. Even though my day-to-day activity looks like writing code. If I'm not writing code, I'm probably doing a workshop, or I'm writing a content, or I'm traveling to speak. All of those things, like, it kind of encompasses the entire DevRel space. So which is what I'm currently doing. So that's how I was able to transition from Web 2 into Web 3 because I already have like a technical background. So I did not go the route of non-technical space. I just focus on what skill set I currently had then, and then how I can transfer those skill sets into the space and still be very relevant and valuable at the same time.
I'm thinking about the fact that you've been able to sort of influence and impact other people this way as well, because you understood the key technical skills, but you also understood the soft skills that you needed. But do you agree with me that this is sort of like a mistake a lot of younger developers are making by not actually keying into the skills they actually need?
Yes, yeah, that's one common mistake I've seen from developers or like builders or like those enthusiasts that are interested in the Web3 space. It's not one size fits all, right? I just talk about my transition from, being a technical person, writing software engine, building software products, building, a lot of technical related activity, and then transferring that skill set into the Web3 space. But that's just one part, right? We also have non-technical space. In fact, within the technical space that you want to transition, we have front end, we have back end, we have full stack and cloud. So if you already have like all of these skill sets, you just need to know how you can transfer those skill sets into the Web3 space because all of these skills are transferable and they are very relevant in the space. So the
Okay,
biggest
that's
problem is
a lot of skills, though. That's a lot of skills. But which ones right now are the most in demand? Which ones are the highest in demand presently?
yeah. So when I say technical skills, yeah, because I'm referring to like software engineering side of things, and then within that software engineering, we have front end, we have back end, we have DevOps, we have cloud, we have these different field within software engineering. So now it depends on what skill sets you have. But when it comes to like which one is in demand, software engineering generally, right? Both Web 2 and Web 3. So if you already have this skill set in Web 2 space, then it's just easy for you to transfer those skill sets into Web 3 and then start interacting with blockchain, start building something differently from
So
what you
now
have been doing in.
I know that in your space, what is key is the different languages you understand. And when I say languages, I'm not talking about English and French here. We're talking about programming languages and programming knowledge generally. There are a lot of people who are probably thinking about having a career change of some sort, and
Yeah.
they're thinking of going into the space, and they just don't know the language yet, and they're wondering how easy it is to get into it. Some, of course, are more technical than others, but then some are worth more in terms of the job opportunities that are available than others. What would you advise someone watching right now who is interested in the space and is not sure which direction to take?
Yeah, so for programming languages, if you already have JavaScript experience, then you are halfway into the entire space. In fact, if you are looking to focus on front end development, then JavaScript is all you need to transition from maybe zero to hero. You don't have to even transition from Web 2. You can start learning JavaScript and then focus on front end development, because even in the Web3 space, interacting with the blockchain, we still need UI to represent those things, things that users can interact with. And these tools or softwares are built by front end developers to allow users to interact with any blockchain on the back end. So JavaScript is one big deal if you want to transition, and it's also a language that you can find a lot of resources and curriculum, and
Playing
also
from
roadmaps.
S23 Ultra.
So this is something that you can take a look at on your own. Apart from JavaScript, also we have HTML, CSS, which is a tool that you can use in the front end alongside the JavaScript, right? So even if you decide not to learn any backend programming language, those skill sets are really okay and good to go for you to leverage. Apart from JavaScript, you also have languages like Go and Rust, right? So because these programming languages, they have like different ways and also things that you can get started quickly with, right? So some programming languages are quite easy, but this is not like a one size fits everything. Some people might find it very easy and some might find it, very difficult. But when it comes to like Rust, for example, it's a strongly typed language. It's not as friendly for beginners compared to, let's say, JavaScript, for example. So but Rust is also very useful. In fact, Rust has become increasingly, popular recently, because of the amazing things you can build and the fact that Rust, you can use Rust to build application in Web3, but you can also use Rust to build a low-level compiler language. So you have like
Wow.
two different options, just learning Rust, right? But it's not
Fantastic.
that beginner friendly based on like feedback from people. But if you already have experience as a programmer, you're already writing Go, Python,
Yeah.
JavaScript, all of these programming language, then you can just pick up Rust. Make sure you focus your time on it and energy, try to understand how things work on a low level, and you can start contributing to open source before you land your full-time role. So that way you can sharpen your skills, try to double down on what you understand using Rust or not. Yeah.
I'm thinking about the blockchain platforms. What are some of the key ones that, and of course, technologies that aspiring professionals need to make sure they're familiar with in 2024?
Yeah, so when you say platform, you mean tools, yeah, that
Yes, of course.
developers can use, right? Yeah, so I think the most popular platform here is Ethereum, right? So Ethereum is a blockchain, it's not a platform plus per se, but because Ethereum have a very big ecosystem, and there's something called EVM, that's Ethereum virtual machine, and then there are particular protocols that are built on top of the EVM ecosystem. So that's where we get to see like layer one, layer two, and layer three solutions. So layer one, Ethereum, and then for layer two solutions, you can have blockchain networks like Avalanche, Polygon, Base, Linear, a lot. Like the list is very long. So these are protocols that you should be familiar with. And apart from protocol, when it comes to like resources or tools that you should know as a developer and also as a builder, you need to know tools like Hard Hat, Foundry, ITAS. These are tools that you'll be using on a day-to-day to build smart contracts, to build end-to-end application within the Web3 space. And so
Uh,
this is for those
uh,
that want to like, specialize in programming language, yeah. But
sure.
then if you focus on front end, all you just need is JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, and you should be fine.
I'm interested in the angle you just brought up. You mentioned smart contracts. We've talked about smart contracts quite a few times here on Blockchain Mastery Podcast. They are considered crucial now, but a lot of people are not understanding, or they've not begun to understand why it's crucial for blockchain professionals to master smart contracts. Why is that important, and how is that affecting the industry today?
Yeah, so let me take a step back. Before now, in the Web2 space, we have applications like social media app, all of these streaming platform. They have a centralized database. They have a database that these platforms are talking to. They have a database these platforms are saving users' information, credentials, and all of these things, right? And this database is not public. it is controlled by an entity. In fact, there are so many security layers to it, right? That's for Web2. But then in the Web3 space, the only thing that the system is replacing here is the blockchain. So instead of having like a centralized database, you have blockchain that your application can interact with. But then because it's blockchain, it's a peer-to-peer network, how do you even build on this blockchain in the first place? Right? How do you build on this blockchain in the first place? What are some of the things that you should know before you can build application, leveraging the blockchain and then putting out for the users to interact with? That's where smart contract comes in, right? Smart contract are written codes that can be deployed on the blockchain, and then you can interact with the contract from your front end application. So if I'm using, for example, any popular decentralized exchange, maybe Uniswap, for example, if they want to allow you to swap like one asset to the other, then
Yeah.
what they are doing in this case is that they are giving you the platform to interact with the blockchain. So behind the scene, they are helping you send requests to the blockchain, getting feedback, and then interaction happens. So in that case, the application is powered by the blockchain, and then they've written some sort of contract that can allow you to do these swaps and interaction very easily as an end user. And then all you just have to do is to visit the platform, interact with it like the regular web application. So that's where smart contract plays
Coming.
a crucial role and comes in very, very important if you want to build a blockchain application.
I want to touch a bit on, coming back to building a career in the space now. A
Yeah.
lot of people are not very familiar with the companies that are looking for professionals in the space.
Mhm.
Uh, what exactly are these companies looking out for before they bring on a new hire, a new developer, a new, any new team member to build their next project? What are they looking out for, and how easy or challenging has it been for these companies to find good hands?
So the good part is that the Web3 ecosystem is quite different from Web2, right? The hiring process is quite different. In fact, I've seen a lot of people get hired just because they met, one representative from the company at one particular event, and then they were able to like exchange contact or like discuss what I'm doing, what you're doing, and then from that they get interviewed and then they get the role, right? But then there are different roles. So when it comes to smart contract development, right, you need technical skills, right, before you can start shooting your shot. So technical skills are the programming language I mentioned earlier on. And then if you have those skill sets, there are platforms that you can apply to. So there are so many platforms actually. There are Jobstash, startup.io, and a lot of them online that you can find Web3 related job, and even Twitter. Twitter also helps here. Um,
Sorry, could I take you back to those sites one more time? Could you call them out
okay,
for me? I want to
yeah,
search for
jobstash.xyz.
stash is sh, right? Dot
Yes,
xyz.
yeah.
Yeah.
We also
Okay.
have startup.jobs.
Okay. Startup.jobs. Okay.
We have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also there, like
Of
for
course.
Web3 related roles. We have
Of course.
Web3 jobs also. I can't remember, maybe it's .xyz or .com.
Okay.
And also we
I'm
have
looking at
X.
someone
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Okay.
we have X exactly.
Fantastic. Can you see? Can you see it on the screen? Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I can see.
All right. Fantastic. All right. As long as you've put the skills together,
Yeah,
these are this is like a front well, a page for people to apply for jobs or at least explore the jobs. And then a lot of these are remote. Yes.
yeah. Most of them are remote, and you can also find, hybrid. You can find like different, depending on what you need. But then you are hybrid, full time, remote, on site. You can find all of these there, and then you can also filter directly. One cool thing I like JobStart for differently is that you can subscribe to a Telegram channel. They have a Telegram channel you can subscribe to, and
Okay.
then whenever they post jobs, so you don't even need to visit the site. You just get a notification on Telegram that this job is now available. So you can just click on the link and then apply from there. Right.
Wow.
So that's also a way to keep track of new roles depending on your need. Maybe you're looking for a software engineering role, community role, product management role, growth lead role, finance role. All of these roles are available in Web3 that you can check
Mm.
out.
This
And
is
also
start.
start of the jobs. Yeah,
This is an interesting one. I can see some jobs here in design. That's for graphics design. Some for support,
yeah,
marketing, even DevOps,
yeah.
uh,
DevOps, business
business
development.
development. Interesting. And then, of course, developers. Wow. So I'm so pleased you were able to share this with us. If anyone out there is maybe in the space already, wondering where they can showcase their skills or at least try and get new work, hybrid is something that hybrid and remote work is something that after COVID, people have take have changed has changed people's lives. The type of work they've been able to get online is amazing. Talking about career building and key technical and soft skills required to succeed in blockchain related jobs. We've been having this conversation with Idris Olubisi. Now, he is a software engineer, he is a technical writer and developer advocate at Axelar. And now I wanted to talk a bit about Axelar actually. um, what is it that you do exactly with Axelar?
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, I'm a developer advocate at Axelar.
Mm,
What I
mm,
do on a day to day is to make sure that I'm empowering developers and making them successful, building relevant tools and products. And beyond just support, or also providing tools, answering their question, developer support, focusing on what exactly they need to scale, what exactly they need to be successful as a developer or as a founder, or as a product, leaders in this space. Yeah,
mm.
so that's pretty much like what I'm doing now.
What does please share with us what Axelar is all about?
So think of Axela like a Web3 interoperability platform that allow you to connect with any protocol with a single click. So,
Wow.
like I mentioned, we have layer one, we have layer two, we have layer three. Like you begin to see like a lot more protocol. Then think of a connector that connects all of this protocol in a decentralized manner and then with easy access. So when we think about connecting, we also think about DevX, which is like developer experience. What are our developers, looking out for? What exactly do they want? And then how can we continue to help them build, help them like focus on the heavy lifting side of things while they focus on their business logic, and then making sure that they can easily and programmatically create things across the interoperability space with ease. And
Wow.
as of today, we have connected to over 60 plus blockchains
Wow.
across the EVM and non-EVM
Wow.
ecosystem. And we are about to launch a brand new feature real soon that would even allow us to connect even more chains permissionlessly. Chains like Nes, Sui, Solana is very coming soon.
Okay. It seems like it seems very vast. And I can see from the list of companies that you've already engaged with, you're trusted by leaders, and the logos I'm seeing here are not small when it comes to this particular Web3 space.
Yeah.
Um, and especially with regards to wallets, once you have MetaMask, Trust, Ledger, and blockchain.com on your list, I think we understand how trusted this platform actually is.
Yeah.
So you're a developer advocate, yes?
Yeah.
And which means that you've been in the career building side of things for quite a long time.
Yeah.
What you've noted about the average developer? Is it really about personality? Is it about perseverance, endurance? What is it about developers that make them so challenging? I'm going to use the term challenging to find, to add to platforms like this.
Yes. So I think the biggest thing is skills. And then for you to get really, really good at it, then you have to be patient. You have to be patient and also keep grinding, like keep doing it every day. Like the only way to get better at building anything is to do it repeatedly. So, which means that you need to spend more time to understand the system, more time to figure things out, and also more time to understand how things work, right? Because over time you encounter like different challenges, different, different problem with different way of solving them. But then what will make you stand out, or like what will give you that confidence that yes, you can do it, is your understanding about all you know in the space, the technical side of things, soft skills, depending on the role that you're looking at. So, but then you also need to understand that no matter how good you are, there are several opportunities. So you still need to be patient, because you are most likely going to get a lot of rejections. Maybe because you are not capable enough for that role, or probably you are good to go. Maybe your location is just something that they consider that they don't want to move on with you. There are so many cases that not even within your own control that could be a factor of you not getting hired, right? Maybe not your skill issue. So some, they might tell you that you have, the way you responded, you didn't respond very well during your interview. Maybe, or you explained too much, they wanted something short. So it's like it's different way depending on what the HR managers are looking at, or like the way any interviewer perceive you to be,
Sure.
based on their own mood. So sometimes it's beyond your control. So even if you have the skill set, you have the soft skills, you have the communication skills, you need to be patient, because you definitely get it if you don't stop.
So I'm thinking there's an issue with uh, collaboration and partnerships and working with teams. That the average developer sometimes is in his own world,
Yeah.
uh, doesn't hasn't really keyed into working with huge teams. Like Axelar is obviously a huge team from probably different parts of the world. And where do you think a new developer, someone just coming into space, can gain skills like that?
Yeah, so in Web3, like one of the biggest parts of the entire Web3 space is community, right? And collaboration. So there are so many platforms, there are so many resources, there are free resources, platforms that you can leverage by just joining their community, and then you have access to all of these resources. So if you're that type of developer that just like to code solo, like just be on alone, try as much as possible to connect. What are some of these ways you can connect? X is there, formerly known as Twitter. Try to filter your timeline and then follow like people that you admire what they're doing, follow people that you've seen what they've done, or like you heard them speak at a conference or somewhere. Follow them, because when you start following those type of people, then your timeline will get cleaned up, and then you start seeing even more, great builders that you can connect with, right? Another one is conferences, right? Attending conferences is also very big when it comes to Web3, and also when it comes to finding opportunities. So you are not just there to connect and then say, hey, I'm looking for a job, please, can you give me a job? No, you are there to build a relationship with everyone. And then over time, when they find opportunity and they know how genuine you are, they will refer you to roles. Sometimes they won't even refer you directly. It could be that you apply somewhere and then somebody is asking a friend about you, and then luckily you might have met that person before. Maybe you guys have met in a conference, a workshop, or a webinar online, and then they will stand for you and be like, yes, I know him, he's a great guy, or he's a great lady, like she's cool, she can do this, she can do that, you can interview her,
Recommendation,
move on.
recommendation.
Yeah, recommendation. So they can recommend you, either like they decide to recommend you, telling you that yes, they just recommended you, or they just do it behind your back, like, oh yeah, that guy is a great guy, and then you can move up with application. So these are so many, it's kind of different from like the typical approach of hiring, going
Sure.
through the entire hiring process. So you can get roles by connecting with people, building very important relationship, and a genuine one. So don't appear to them like, yes, I need a job, come and help me. Like they just literally know you and they're asking for a job, no? Or let's say I need help in these things, maybe financials, no. Building, contributing to their tweets, comment on their LinkedIn, providing valuable comment based on whatever they post. They start to see your DP or your username, and then
Sure.
if there's a time like you want to attend an event, and you know they are going to speak at that event, you can tell them via DM, hey, I would like to meet you. I see you are one of the speakers.
Yeah.
I'm also going to attend this event. I would like to connect you to. And then you connect in real life. You'll be surprised and shocked that the way they will accept you, because now they've seen and interacted with you, even if you have not done that via DM, they've
Mm.
seen your tweet and then they've seen what you are doing. They'll be interested to like have a chat with you, even if they are very busy during conference. But the way they would interact with you will be quite different. So I'm showing this like based on experience, like traveling to some of these conferences and meeting people I've connected with online for like 5 years, 6 years.
Wow. Wow.
I'm meeting with them and they're like, oh yeah, Idris, yeah, nice to meet you. So we had
Okay.
fun. We talked about a lot of things. So those are ways for you to, double down and then make sure that you are doing it correctly to also get through. So apart from applying for platforms, these are ways that you get through in the Web3
Idris,
space.
it's I can't believe 30 minutes has already gone by so fast, but thank you so much for talking to us on this, because it's always important to hear from someone who's in the space, who understands how the market works and understands the issues, the errors that a lot of people are making when trying to build a career in the space. We
Yeah.
will be connecting with you via LinkedIn. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It
All
just will
right.
be everywhere.
Idris Olubisi, yes,
Yes.
fantastic. On LinkedIn.
It's correct.
I'll be connecting with you soon. And of course, if anyone has any comments, questions, contributions, you can always do that in the comment section on whatever platform you are watching or listening to us from.
Yeah.
Right then, Idris, I have to say thank you. Let me get back to your busy schedule, but please,
Yeah.
we can't wait to talk to you again on any other topic in the space as soon as you're.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right. Have a great day.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, then now it is a space that not a lot of people have considered too deeply. They've not considered the key technical and soft skills required to actually thrive in the space, especially in 2024. Yes, I remember when we were all told, well, millennials were told to go to computer school. It's not about Oracle anymore. It's about a lot more than that. I'm just saying there are a lot of people in the space who need that little push, that little nudge. And hopefully, hearing from Idris today has been that little nudge you needed to just do that little bit more to build on your career in this space. This is a Blockchain Mastery podcast. My name, once again, is Titi Oyinsan. If you would like to be a part of the podcast sometime soon, maybe you have a contribution, a topic you'd like to discuss, all you have to do is send us an email. That's dynamitepodcastnetwork@gmail.com. That's dynamitepodcastnetwork@gmail.com. Send us an email. Just tag us on any of the social platforms and we will be getting back to you. All right, then, until next time.